This is out of context, but someday I'm going to have a phone where Royal Kingdom advertisements can't hurt me anymore. Let's begin. Heroes! This is Wii2PLAY Z Brenton Brushworks of YouTube. And I am playing Pokemon Go. I am still playing Pokemon Go. I am always playing Pokemon Go. Even during the Ultimate 2 and whatever that other dumb phone was called that I had. I still have decided to continue playing Pokemon Go. Why is this important? Because I want to go back to a time way earlier, decades ago, when Pokemon Go was the newest thing, and we were all excited about it. A time before Gen 2, a time before there were even Pokestops. Because back when Pokemon Go was going to make headlines, for better or for worse, things were a lot more simple back then. We had only 150 Pokemon we could look for. None of these. None of those. So, in honor of that, and because there is specifically a Kanto celebration thing going on right now, so I'd be kind of crazy not to do it, I'm going to go to an early concept idea that I've had for a while now. With all of the 1,025 different Pokemon that could potentially be added to this game, Arceus forbid the God one ever gets added, why not just focus on the original Kanto ones? And I don't mean any of the regional variants. Those are not allowed. They have to be Cantonian-only Pokemon. If I get a Dynamax Pokemon, fine, I guess. Not exactly the best of things. But also in the early years of Pokemon Go, like I said, no Pokestops. So you had to find Pokemon just out in the wild, anywhere you went. There were no designated places where Pokemon were guaranteed to spawn. With that said, I want to add a twist to all of this. First off, when I was talking about wild Pokemon out in the wild, that's a rare occurrence, as you can see right here. That's not guaranteed to ever really happen. So I'm not going to do that. I will use Pokestops. But what I am going to do in compensation is that I have to catch every single Kanto Pokemon that is possible to catch. Phone, would you work with me? Dang it. Cool. Okay. Every single Kanto Pokemon, which I have took a picture of for every Pokédex entry. So, basically, we had to catch Bulbasaur. That's the first Pokemon I had to catch. Then it goes to the Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, and keeps going in that order until we can get to 150. But here's the thing. If I break the streak, the challenge is over. Now, I'm allowed to look at other Pokemon, even non-Kanto ones, but if I catch it, that's it. Game over. So I can't catch either of these two Ghastlies. I can look, but I can't throw a Pokeball. By the way, I feel like it should just be a Pokeball. That just makes it a little bit more funny. The other thing is that I am not using my Pokemon Go++. None of that newfangled technology. I gotta catch them the old-fashioned way. So, Bulbasaur. I need to find freaking Bulbasaur. It's all the way over there. Great, grand, awesome. This is all very going well. Now, there is one situation I just thought of. Why I'm trying to make sure, ignore the Krabby here. Why I'm trying to make sure that I try to catch them in a specific order. This kind of does not count for the eggs, which are already in incubators and guaranteed to break the streak. But my thought is, as long as I deposit them before I try to catch the next Pokemon in order, it'll be fine. But we'll just have to see what happens. This is a very, very loose idea that I've had. One that actually I have wanted to do with a completely different account, where there might be hundreds of other generations of Pokemon. I'm only allowed to catch the first gen ones before I move to the second gen. That didn't quite pan out. With all that said, my partner is gonna be a Munna. Because one, it was referenced in the Gen 1 games before it came out to Gen 5. And two, because it's freaking hilarious to me. So, yeah, Munna's gonna be my partner, don't at me. Speaking of Pokemon from the Unova region, Willow is here, but he's not got some Gen 1 news from me. So, since this is a new season, it is the Tales of Transformation. So, Willow, now that I've already gotten done with the task before we even start the video, what do you have to say about all this? Green Brush, I'd like to take a break to tell you the fascinating tale of Keldeo, the cult Pokemon. Yes, I already have one. And if you've heard it before, well, it's even better the second time around. Long ago, Keldeo joined forces with Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion, who taught it the ways of battle. Keldeo dashed across the world, seeking opportunities to grow stronger. That sounds like a certain trainer I know. And now for the good news. Rumor says that Keldeo has been spotted in the area, so let's go out there and write the next chapter. Woo! Well, maybe if it's a shiny. But I guess I need to go catch certain Pokemon on Pokemon. Well, for Pokemon Home, let's just put it that way. And there's Bulbasaur, not that one. There's Bulbasaur! The first one. But I still have to capture 2 more after this to separately evolve. So that is going to be the challenge. Is it possible, or excuse me, how possible is it to get all of these Pokemon? You know what? I'm not going to do the star. All 150 Pokemon, because let's be honest, I don't think Mew is going to be even close to a possibility. There are other Pokemon that I'm worried about trying to look for. Kangaskhan comes to mind. But maybe, hopefully, at some point, I'll come across a raid for Kangaskhan because, oh my gosh, I need more Kangaskhan's. Eventually, I'm going to try to get a Mega. Now, here are reasons a streak could be broken. I could find a Pokemon that is extra large or extra small. I could find a shiny Pokemon. But it's my choice on whether or not it is worth trying to capture to break the streak. Because if I break the streak, if I want to do this again, I have to start all over again. And speaking of, the imposter. Mola, you are not a Kanto Pokemon. Be gone! Alright, we're good. Still need to find a Bulbasaur, which is all the way back over there because that's funny. I don't know, I saw a Bulbasaur. Why did you think there was gonna be another Bulbasaur at the same darn stop? Jeez. Let's see. Okay, so I will get this. That's separate. The Pokemon keeps fleeing. Alright, let me turn on my daily incense, which, let me be honest, maybe I shouldn't have done because that was also not in OG Pokemon Go, you know, the very first year Pokemon Go ever was out, and I can't say most of the Pokemon that are going to show up are going to be Kanto related, so, whoops. Also, just because I like this, I am going to try to figure out what I'm doing. I'm gonna Mega Evolve Daint. Because I like my shiny Charizard that much. I want him to spiritually be there helping me, even though Muna's my partner Pokemon. So I have to find another Bulbasaur so I can evolve it into Ivysaur. I only have so much time to do this, especially since it took time to clean up my box on Pokemon Go before I even start recording this video. But I'm hoping that I can at least knock out the starters. From Bulbasaur all the way to Blastoise, not including Pikachu and Eevee. Eevee coming way later. So that's my goal. We'll see what happens. It's not going well right now, but there's still a chance. If we can find a Bulbasaur that's not... I'm not going back over there. I mean, I should, maybe, but I would think... the starters would spawn way more frequently than some other Pokemon would. And I'd be wrong, but there's a Squirtle, so maybe that's fine. Maybe eventually Bulbasaur will show his bulb and I'll be able to do that. Or we can find more Squirtles. I think this game's taunting me right now. But at the same time, it's kind of resembling old Pokemon Go style. It's like, if you want to find a specific Pokemon, you just have to keep walking until hopefully you run right into it. No, it wasn't the Rookidee that I was trying to run into again. I'm just looking over my options. I shouldn't, because that's just a chance at me failing the challenge. But at the same time, what else am I going to do? There are a lot of Swaddle. Again, not a Kanto Pokemon. Oh, come on. Where are the Bulbasaurs, though? Let alone the Charmanders. I'm going to have to look for 3 different Charmanders at some point soon. No, Fungus is not going to help. I caught some sus Pokemon. I don't need to do it again. Kind of is a veil that I now detest because it chased away a potential viewer. I was just trying to be funny. I won't give any more context than that, but I was just trying to be bold and funny about it, and that person did not care for that, which is unfortunate. So now it's one of my videos that I do not like. So there's a Sableye. I'm just stopping by so I can get max particles for when I decide I'm gonna sacrifice more money for a Gigantamax Pokemon. And here's the thing. After that event that I don't want to talk about, I think the only way I'm going to get Gigantamax Pokemon is to check my other friends list to see if they're in the middle of a battle with one. I can sneak my way in there, catch one, and then be done. It's like either one per week or one per month. I'm not exactly sure which. Still a lack of Bulbasaurs. Maybe I should have Mega Evolved an Ivysaur. Maybe that was my problem, but I don't see any Charmanders either. Just Squirtle. Why are there so many Squirtles? Is this a sign? Are you saying you're sick of me avoiding Squirtle after all these years? That I always pick either Bulbasaur or Charmander most of the time? Okay, I get it, cool, but that doesn't help me right now. I don't have anything against Squirtle. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Blastoise, but I could say the same thing about Venusaur as well. But right now, I have to do this specific challenge. I just don't understand why Squirtle is the only of the starter Pokemon actually showing up. I'm gonna wait over here for a second. Because there are other people, they're not walking slow, trying to catch silly little digital monsters on their phone. No, I don't mean Digimon. Obviously, I don't mean Digimon. Who knows, maybe I'll have some Digimon content for once on my channel at some point. We'll see. I don't have a bias against them. Oh my gosh. I am flabbergasted by how unlucky I'm getting right now. If I was in town, I would definitely probably be able... Thank you. That's 2 out of 3. I still have to find another. Also, using regular Pokeballs ain't exactly the best idea. I might even use golden raspberries, and those were definitely not introduced in Season 1, the first year. But I can finally do this. And finally get rewarded for it. I don't know if you could tell, but this is a day after the event actually started. And by the time I was in town, I had no time to dedicate to this video. I was running around doing way too much and not getting much back in return. But I had to wait an entire day before I could start this. And I just had Pokemon Go Plus going in the backdrop, catching anything it could, and that includes other Bulbasaurs and Charmanders. And eventually a Squirtle. It took a while for it to get one single Squirtle, and here I am finding multiples. So, yeah, I'd say everything's working out perfectly. Definitely not being sarcastic at all. This Charmander, great, but I don't have Venusaur yet, so I can't get him. Also, am I not... Oh my gosh. I picked a bad time to go through the park. Am I not going to be able to... No, I can't. The bridge is blocked out. It is broken. Someone is hammering into it. Someone call the police. No, they're fixing it. They're fixing a bridge, but bad timing for me because I wanted to use that bridge. Oh well, I'll just have to walk a little further ahead. I think there's a road that we can all see over here. I would cuss too. My shoes just got wet because of rain. Okay, here we go. The run's still alive, guys. The run's still alive. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I come across trying to catch more uncommon Pokemon that I don't think I've seen the entire day yesterday. Alright, I'll switch to a Great Ball, because eventually Ultra Balls were added, and Bulbasaur will remain seated while I do so. Right, Bulbasaur? There we go. So I guess I'll only switch to the next best Pokeball if the other one fails and the Pokemon doesn't run away. So that completes the Bulbasaur line, and I'm still being chased by a tractor. Good content. Good content all around. I'm going to evade a church now because I can't walk on the stupid sidewalk. Jeez. My angry side's starting to poke out a little bit. Alright, so, Bulbasaur line complete. That adds to the collection challenge. Good. Now I gotta find Charmander. That's, not so good. I've seen one the entire time I've been recording. And one ain't enough. Plus, it's gone. I don't know where it went, but it's gone. It's part of the instance, and obviously, if you don't capture the Pokemon within, I'm guessing, 30 seconds of it showing up via instance, then it disappears into the ether forever. I don't know, Invisible Arceus snaps out of reality. Why do I care? And unfortunately, there does not seem to be any sightings of Charmander. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at this Luna, because she could have been part Gen 1. But what I'm going to do is use another function not even close to being in the first gen. Mostly the most recent gen. I pressed the wrong button, by the way. I'm gonna go to the Pokédex, and I am gonna do the one thing that I don't think I've actually talked about, or at least shown. I'm gonna turn on the alert, and it will try to seek out any Charmander in my area. Oh, this is hilarious. We got 2 of the 3. Bulbasaur and Squirtle just sitting right here, but not Charmander. Oh! You know what? I almost want to take a picture of that. Could use raspberries, by the way. That would be too easy now, wouldn't it? Okay, switch to the Great Ball. Don't want to make it too easy for myself, even though I've had to walk quite a bit of ways just to get to this point. There we go. Got the Great. And that's 1 out of 3 Charmanders. Nice. Click the Whimsicott. Cottony. Wrong one. I don't know if I've seen Caterpie, and that concerns me. But we'll just have to see what happens. we're done. Oh, there is a Charmander all the way over there. Hopefully it can stay there. So I got a long way to go. It'd be really nice if I could get one more to pop up with the instance that's about to run out. But don't worry, I have actual instances that I can use, so we can at least be able to see a Pokemon every minute or so. Another Bulbasaur, great timing, but I don't need it now. Just a quick refresher. I'm trying to do them in the exact order. And I can't have anything break that. Nice. That's all I got from my daily instance. Daily pain in the butt sometimes, especially when those Galarian versions of what I'm also going to try to look for this event are going on. Ooh, Charmander! Perfect! That couldn't have come at a better time, actually. Still need to capture it. Now, if a Pokemon does run away, that doesn't mean the streak's over. It just means I need to look for another one. Also, I just threw another Pokeball. Huh. Alright, well, I could just switch to an Ultra Ball now, I guess. I imagine I could have caught in the Great Ball, but I wasn't paying attention. So now I can evolve this Charmander into Charmeleon. No, I'm not going to look at the CP stats because sometimes that's just going to upset me. I'm using way too many candies up, especially because of these Dynamax, Gigantamax ones. But that is the challenge that I signed up for. I just hope that I have enough Charmander candies to evolve another Charmander from Charmeleon to Charizard. That's 125 candies that I need. And those candies aren't just sitting around. I poured them into trying to get a good Dynamax Charizard. I guess I also got Gigantamax, but it doesn't have good stats, so rip that dream. Let me switch Pokeballs now. In fact, let me just make it so it's always Pokeballs. Advanced settings, and turn that off. Alright, we're good. Now I'll always start with a Pokeball. Just what I want. Let's see, it is 8:59. I have 30 minutes where I have to be back at my apartment because life. So, oh no. A tiny Weedle. Right there. Oh, fate, you are so cruel. But you know what? I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find other tiny Weedles. I don't think this will be the last time that'll happen. There'll probably be some bug event going on, and they'll obviously have Weedles, Caterpies, Wurmples, and everything else. Besides, I've already gone this far, and even though it's still way too early in, I want to at least try to get through the Pidgey line. Still concerned that I haven't seen a single Caterpie, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to be able to find one at all, right? I hope. We'll see. At least I got a chance at the fossil Pokemon with Dynamaxing. we're far cry from me going after those right now. Some of this will just be based off of timing. Some of it might be really poor timing. Like I said, I still need to get a Kangaskhan. Far-fetched is also rare, but I'm pretty sure if I click this button right here, considering it's called Near and Far-Fetched Timed Research, I'll just be able to get one that way. And there's only 58 minutes, so that's me. I might have to break the spit. I might have to break the combination way sooner than I thought I would. Darn it, I really had hoped that there would be a better chance of trying to get all of these Kanto Pokemon. Wait, Charmander's the one I need. I blanked for a second. Don't run, don't run, don't run. By the way, I have less Pokeballs because I let Pogo Plus use them all. It's not exactly the smartest thing. Thank you, Muna. That was also not in first here. Being able to have your partner Pokemon, let alone have a partner Pokemon with you, hit the Pokeball back. Alright, we'll be good with candies, thank goodness. Now I can start catching Squirtles, which I'm not concerned about anymore. They just pop up like weeds. Dare I say, like all the Tauros that used to populate this entire town. It was so easy to find Tauros back in the beginner days of Pokemon Go, which is so funny to me. Tauros is way harder to get in the first gen games. Well, that takes care of that. Now to get the Squirtle line. Just going to quickly showcase that I have been doing this correctly. That was not what I clicked. Oh no, Jingmo, you're rare. F you. So now I've got to find 3 Squirtles. That should totally be easy. There's one of them. Maybe these ones will start running away from me. Giving me just a little bit more pushback. Not that one. But double checking here. Yes, Caterpie would be the next line I would need to look for. And that might be when my entire streak ends. You got to be kidding me. That's so unfair. That's so unfair. Why would you do that? Uh-oh. This is also possibly going to break the streak. Oh no! Okay, streak's broken. I can't get rid of Toxel because it's the first one I've ever gotten. Are you kidding me? No. Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. That's so stupid. I hate that. Whatever. Let's just finish up by getting some of this stuff, so maybe I'll return to this concept when I actually do get a different phone. And it's Far-fetched. Hi. barely ever see you, but thank goodness there's a Galarian form, so I can farm for far-fetched candies that way. Caught quite a bit the last few weeks ago. Well, unfortunately, you're not strong, so I'm gonna have to send you to the kitchen. I kid. Celebration timed research. That's done. I didn't involve Squirrel Wars stuff, but I could do that off screen. And then let's just continue the Keldeo thing, I guess. Brent Brush, it's wonderful to see you with Keldeo. Wait, what Keldeo? My research has uncovered something remarkable. Our friend has a true power that is yet to awaken. Just as Cobalion, Terrakion, and Verzian once guided Keldeo, now it's your turn to help it grow and reveal its immense potential. I love when the texts are covered like that. Training with such a remarkable Pokemon isn't just beneficial for Keldeo, it's also a chance to strengthen your own skills. I'll continue gathering information on our friend Keldeo while you saddle up and get ready to train. Well, it doesn't say anything about me traveling with Keldeo. I still need to do that with Volcanion. But yep, I guess that is going to be it for this little challenge. That I couldn't even get all the all the starters. I couldn't get all the starters. The freaking Toxel. I never ever predicted that was going to happen. It could have been a Salandit, but if it was female, then that would have also ruined it. So let me know what you think about this challenge, and if you want me to somehow, someday partake in it again. I feel like I would need a separate phone or a separate account. One that I could access easily in order to do this. But I think it would be kind of fun to try to go back and only capture Kanto Pokemon while there's all these other Pokemon running around. I still have no clue if Caterpie would even show up during this event, which is mind-boggling to say to me. I keep pressing the wrong button. But for real, that is going to be it for this silly little challenge. Let me know if you tried to do this. I'm going to turn off the alerts for Charmander and hope that I can at least catch a few Kangaskhan at some point. So, until then, and until my next videos, this has been Wii2PLAY, and I hope you enjoy your Are You Kidding Me day. Apparently, Pokemon Go Plus also caused Shiny Chansey yesterday. So take care out there. I will catch you freaking later. Gosh.